totally screwed up my intro. I thought I was live and I wasn't until now. How's everybody doing? Okay, let's just bring these ones up. I totally messed that up. I'm looking at it and everything's going and I wasn't even live yet.
Hello.
Well, you're live now.
I'm live now, yeah. Hey, Joseph.
Oh, let me see. I'm trying to make some adjustments here. Okay. Oh.
So you two have had quite the eventful couple of weeks or so, have you not?
Yeah. For me, 4 locations in less than a month. What, like 2 weeks time? You know, Dawn 3. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to come to one of them, but she should probably be thankful because that was a lot of that's a lot of traveling.
Yeah, it's like 45 hours of driving in just like several days.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there are things that we can talk about, and then there's a place that we can't really talk about.
We can talk about the Conjuring House, but okay. we're gonna stay away from the drama stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Drama? What drama?
Hey, Marthlock.
There's always drama.
There's always something somewhere.
Yeah, you just can't get away from any of it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
well, I can sidestep the drama. Like, whoop.
I usually do.
Yeah, I try to stay away from it too, but unfortunately, you get some channels that they're all about that. That's all they want to talk about, and I just that's not for me, not at all. So, out of the places that you guys did go to together, what one would you say was, I guess, the most memorable, or what you found was the best one out of the ones you went to?
Well, I mean, the most memorable one's going to be the Conjuring House.
Yeah, because of the event that happened.
Oh, yes, that event that happened. The look on your face, you were like, that was awesome, though. I was kind of, oh, that was so cool.
I know. I was shocked, or I would have been crying. Like, I was just still in some shock. It wasn't hitting me that Side-Eye Guy and Cassie were moving away from the camera kind of suspiciously, but I wasn't thinking about that. I just thought I hadn't been on camera much, and Joe was like, well, Dawn, are you going to get in front of the camera? And I thought he was making fun of the fact that I was kind of hiding away from the camera.
I wondered where you were, too.
Yeah, so I wasn't thinking.
I kind of thought she was going to stand up and come stand by me because I was ending it. And, she just sat there, and I'm like...
It was
all you, babe. It's all you. You do your thing.
Yeah, kind of spur of the moment, like, will you? Isn't that what you said? Will you?
Yeah, he said, would you? And I interrupted. I didn't even give him time to finish what he was probably going to say. Would you marry me? And I just like, yes.
Wow. But it's cool. That's where you guys met, right? Like through the Conjuring House, like through Harrisville Haunting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely didn't get down on one knee, and the reason why is
you couldn't have got back up again?
It would have taken me a week to get back up. I got 2 bad knees, so.
Well, you know what? It's the thought that counts, right? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's the fact that you guys got together, and I'm like a lot of other people, like, you guys are perfect together. You really are. You complement each other very well.
Thank you.
And Dawn, I don't know how you're going to put up with that guy.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
The whole plan. The whole plan was just to be kind of spontaneous, and also in such a way to try to keep myself guessing as to when to do it. I knew I was going to do it, when we were done streaming. I had originally intended on actually going longer with that live stream.
Oh, okay.
But then I'm like, I'm going to surprise myself too, and let's just do it. And also, I wanted to make sure that we could, and I also did not want to be selfish either. But we had other people there with us, Cassie, Weeping Willow Paranormal, Side Eye Guy. And I wanted to make sure that they could maximize their time there as well.
Yeah. That makes sense. That does.
And actually, like, I finally looked at how many views that's had, like 8.2 thousand views so far. That video.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, well, there was.
I think it has more to do with the Side Eye Guy than it did.
Yeah, us. It does. It's not because of our engagement. But we got
He's a big guy. I didn't realize just how big Seg is.
I could tell that he's big. I mean, he's not like muscle bound built or anything like that.
No, but he's got a big build to him.
I knew he was going to be, a stocky boy. It was the height though that kind of got me.
Jeez.
I was actually the shortest guy in that group for the first time in my life. I was the shortest guy.
I noticed that with Dawn's photo that she took and put on Facebook. Seg's at the very back. All you see is his mask. That's all you could see.
Yeah. And it was, I had met the Side Eye Guy when we went to Brushy Mountain. And
that's right too, yeah.
And it's funny because like, what was it like, to see him, without his mask, like, for the first time. It's like, oh no. We have seen him quite some time ago.
Yeah.
Without it, which was cool because it showed that he could trust us.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
And I was going to do a live review from the Conjuring house. And I'm like, I can't risk that actually.
Yeah.
Because there were cameras that were run, even when we were not investigating, the mask was off. There were cameras running, and I'm not going to be that guy.
Oh, of course not. No.
I don't.
Yeah.
Hi, Julie and Joseph.
Because they have cameras running there all the time. Didn't Corey and Jen?
Yeah, they do have
all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Then with Dawson and Nightmare Nation, when you got to meet them, I tell you what, the Side Eye Guy, he did his video, but it wasn't like directly aimed at Dawson or Nightmare Nation. Although, the Side Eye Guy, poked some fun at them or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
For them to say, hey, come and investigate with us, invited Side Eye Guy, invited myself, or I didn't invite myself. I got invited.
Mm-hmm.
That showed some balls. And I can definitely respect that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not faking anything by no means. They're excited. They're kind of like, they're kind of new with this whole thing. Dawson, like he's and nothing wrong with it. He's all in.
Yeah, he's been around longer though, hasn't he?
He
what? A little longer than Nightmare Nation, because I'd never heard of Nightmare Nation until through you guys.
And that was actually the first time I heard of Nightmare Nation. I had no idea who they were. So, you know, they got a lot of excitement and they want to get out there and they want to investigate, and I can totally understand that, and I absolutely can appreciate that. And I can honestly say that they weren't trying to fake anything or pull any bullshit or whatever. They their heart is in the right place.
I've watched a few of their videos.
I mean, of course, they would love to have that big YouTube channel and get a lot of support, make money, and let that take them to places. I get that. I understand that. And look, I don't think there's anything wrong with people making money off of YouTube. I do take issue with it when it's done in a dirty way.
Well, exactly. If it's done legitly, there's no reason why not, right?
Right. So, Dawn and I, we definitely want to get Dawson and Nightmare Nation, at an investigation with us. I do owe them one. That it's the least that I can do, and we want to make sure that it's a good one.
Nice.
And I'm talking my ass off. Sorry, Dawn.
Oh no, I'm exhausted. So
you do look tired. That's that was a long haul for you, wasn't it, Dawn?
Yeah, and then I got sick Sunday, like out of nowhere. So Joe and I both had this stomach bug apparently, and him just a little bit later. Unfortunately, at the investigation, I had a few days to recover, and I'm still kind of battling that with my appetite. I've probably eaten what someone would eat in 2 days. That's like in a week. That's about where my appetite has been. But I'm still exhausted, just drained.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of driving too, right?
And Dawn did all the freaking driving. I was like, I can drive, right?
Well, the problem was that it was pouring rain on the way up. And I just got new tires. I, am used to driving my vehicle, and I was hydroplaning. Like it was so
that bad,
so bad all the way up. So basically, I just kept going, white knuckling it the whole way, and then on the way back it was raining, and then on the way to Bel Air House it was raining. So I'm done with rain for a while.
I'm not kidding. Every time I go to the Conjuring house, it's always the fucking weather. Always. Not always. The first time, smooth sailing. The second time, sucked. Snow.
That was in the middle of winter when you went the second time.
That was
went live.
Storm.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, I remember that.
The second time... No, the third time... That was...
The second time you went, that's when you went with Levy, right?
Yeah, that was all that snow and shit. That was in the documentary. Well, the semi trucks all jackknifed and
I remember your live stream. Yeah.
And poor Cassie and Ron, they went through snow and then the rain. So they had like the mix, where we just had the rain.
Dory went to the second one, didn't she? Or was that the first one?
No, that was the third time the third time that I went there. That was for the event that we had there. So that's when Dory and
oh yeah, you've been there how many times now? 4?
4.
Okay. So it was okay. All right.
Yeah. It was very... I'm not going to get into numbers right now because at some point I'm going to be going on Kenny Biddle's channel, and we'll talk about it. But it was a very expensive trip, and not
the price is just ridiculous there now, eh? Compared to before.
Yep. Oh God, you sounded like fucking Canadian.
I know, eh?
No, but we're not going to recover from that one. Like when we get our videos out there and stuff like that, there's no way that we're going to recover from that. But at the same time, we had such a good fucking time. It was so much fun. I don't care what it costs. It was absolutely worth, going out, hanging out with the side-eye guy, Cassie, Ron, had my son there, of course, Dawn. We walked through Salem a little bit. We didn't get to see too much, but we tried to make most of the trip. We just had a blast. And of course, we tried to include Crow in that as much as we could too, because we love Crow and Judas.
Yes, we all love Crow. Oh, there's my buddy Stony.
Hello, Stony. So
he is a friend of mine from a smoking channel, one of many smoking channels.
Oh,
smoking channel.
Yeah, I get by the name. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Basement Gardener. They both have pretty cool channels. Like really
Basement
cool.
Gardener. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I said to them before that I one of these days I'm going to have like an all smoking channel where I've got like everybody from those channels up on the panel. See how many subs I lose that night. I might even gain some. You never know, right?
Yeah, the name is kind of a giveaway. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Stoney's awesome. He's great. He's great. So.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
As far as the trips that you guys did go on, what would you like to talk about? Remember, I said I would leave it up to you.
Just whatever. Go with the flow. We were at the Bel Air house. We got to. Well, I've talked to Kenny Biddle a few times in the past, and then getting to meet him for the first time, it was kind of emotional in such a way. It's like, oh my God, it's him.
Yeah, it was like surreal, just because
Kenny's awesome.
His reputation.
It's so funny because people are like, was Kenny Biddle intimidating? I'm like, no, not at all.
He was great. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
But you've met him before, haven't you, Joe?
What's that?
Haven't you met Kenny before?
No, not in person. No.
Oh,
no.
I thought you have.
No, we did talk to him in the documentary about Bathsheba Sherman.
Okay.
And maybe a time or two after that, but it was awesome, and it was also cool too because I was sick. I ended up getting sick there. So I wasn't 100%. I was just not on top of my game.
Okay.
And, I wanted to be sure that I could be on top of my game, not to try to impress anybody, but I wanted Kenny to see that there are investigators out there who can investigate in an unbiased way, and in a more thoughtful way, kind of thing. That's, as of right now, it's the best way I can explain it because I'm freaking tired. So
I am too.
Kenny Biddle was just on Crow's Live, and Kenny brought me up and he said that he was impressed, and like stuff like that with me as an investigator. He had some kind things to say, and I'm like, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And everybody got along. Now, you had those difference of opinions and agree to disagree kind of moments. But it wasn't anything like super negative. Nobody got upset over it. Mm-hmm. These were just conversations and thoughts and beliefs and things like that.
Like a healthy debate with no animosity, basically.
Right. And we would all get together again, and we would do that again.
Nice, right on. That'd be good to see.
I was really hoping Cassie could be at that one as well. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to.
Oh, the Bel Air.
Yeah, it's on her bucket list.
I know that they really wanted to go.
Yeah, I really wanted them to go as well, because I wanted Cassie to kind of be a part of that and be around somebody like Kenny. He's a very smart guy, and he may be able to offer, something,
like
something
his unbiased opinion
to take
on something.
Yeah, to take away from, and help her, with her investigations.
I guess sometimes it's good to have a skeptic on an investigation, because they can also kind of give their 2 cents worth on their opinion on things.
Or if they know something and it could be the cause of something, that can be of great help. Like, I'm the kind of person, I do believe that something is going on. We call it ghosts because that's what we believe, right? But at the same time, I'm always open to say, I have no idea.
Like, what is it?
What we're communicating with, if it's even anything at all, I have no idea.
Because there's no real proof out there.
Right.
To legitimately say this is what it is. No scientific proof.
Right. Yes. And I am always open to accept the fact that we could be wrong.
Yeah, we very well could be. Yeah.
And it could be either just nothing, or it's something that we have never thought of before. Or maybe it is. Who knows?
I think that there's something out there. I don't know what it is, but I guess, people that have experiences, everybody's got their own ideas on what it could be. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But we still don't know exactly what it is. It's like, for instance, I used to find dimes all over the place in different places, like unexpected places. Like, how do you really know how they got there? Do you know what I mean?
I could find $100 bills laying around everywhere.
That would be nice too. But I mean, how do you, really explain to anybody or yourself, well, where did they come from and how did they get there? It's the typical, okay, well, you find dimes, it's your family letting you know that they're there.
Right.
But how do we really know that that's it? Right? We don't. But there's got to be some kind of explanation as to how this is happening and why.
And who knows what it is?
Exactly.
Who knows?
We don't. Like, I've seen some pretty outrageous things, in one area, place that I used to live. I was taking my the other dog, Pug, that I had for a walk at night, and up ahead of me, I saw this like blob thing on the grass, and it kind of went like this over the grass and started heading towards me and my dog. Well, it didn't have legs. It just was kind of, scared the hell out of me. I grabbed my dog and I ran back to the road. I still don't know what it is. Like, where's the explanation? There isn't any,
Well, we can't say there isn't an explanation. Just because we don't have an explanation for something doesn't mean that somebody else may be able to explain that. So when I say I don't have an explanation for that, that just means I don't have an explanation for that. Somebody
but
else
there could
may
be
have.
one out there, but
Right.
we just don't know ourselves what it could be. Yeah.
You know, whatever happened, you know, at that point in time, what I seen and maybe what I recorded at that time, that data may be very, very limited. There's just not enough information or whatever. You know, Dawn and I, when we were at the Monroe house, it sounded like something was like walking up on us, and it sounded like whatever it was walking with a purpose, almost as if something was mad at us. You know how, you know, when somebody gets angry and they have that freaking walk, that strut,
exactly.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I honestly expected the owner of the house to walk in. I
or
honestly
police,
expect,
or police.
But he wasn't there, was he? What's his name? Mike?
Eddie. No,
Eddie.
the owner of the I honestly expected to see the owner of the house, Eddie. I honestly was expecting for him to come around that corner and probably bitch at us or something, because maybe he thought we did something wrong, but we really didn't do anything wrong, and they don't know what's going on in the house when people are investigating anyway, which is really fucking scary. I don't know what the hell that was. Something happened.
Didn't you get that on recorded, like the sound? I know I watched the video.
It was live streamed.
Yeah.
We were live streaming at that time too. I was filming and live streaming, so we have multiple angles. Yeah. There was nobody in that house. It was just Dawn and I.
Yeah.
And again, I don't have an explanation for it. I'm not going to tell you it was a freaking ghost, but I don't know what it was. But it was very interesting. And I'm talking too much. Dawn, you need to speak up, baby.
Well, and I can say I heard it again when we went back 2 nights later for Thanksgiving. But Matt and excuse me, Matt and Joe were napping, and we weren't recording. And I heard the same thing, and a door shut. And I thought it was just Matt waking up, going to the bathroom, because they had put a new bathroom down on the first floor.
Oh, and so you were on the first floor when this happened?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I heard that door shut, the same place where we heard it before. So I got up, didn't wake Joe up, but I just said, well, I'm just going to see if that was Matt. And the door was open. The lights were all off. Matt was still asleep, and we weren't recording, but I heard the same thing 2 nights later.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. What place did you have the most experiences of the 2 places that you guys went to?
Was
there any particular place that had more activity than the other?
Well, from a road trip or just overall?
From your excursion over the past couple of weeks.
Honestly.
You wait for the episodes.
Wait for the episode.
Oh, it's one of those I can't tell you kind of things. Okay.
And look, we'll say
it's just atypical of our investigations.
It's
what
yes.
We'll say.
See, the first place I was going to say, out of all the places that you guys went to, like where you were both there, I was thinking the Monroe house. Oh, no, you guys didn't go to the Monroe house on this time.
No.
Okay, for these ones, I would have to say, I'm not going to say the Conjuring house. I would have to say Bel Air house.
Well, Joe got to sleep through most of the Bel Air house.
Yeah, because I got sick.
And Joe doesn't know this, and actually no one except the owner knows this, but Side-Eye Guy, Kenny, Josh from Paranormal Seekers, Dawson, they're all in the seance room. The owner and I were kind of like, Joe was on the couch in this parlor room lying down, and so the owner and I were standing in the next room, but close enough to hear the guys talking. And she was standing by me, and all of a sudden I thought I heard, and it wasn't Joe's voice, but I thought I heard a man's voice, like really loud in my right ear. And I turned and looked and realized nobody was beside me. And then I looked at Kristen and I said, "You didn't hear that?" And she's like, No. And I said, I thought I heard a man's voice, like, I mean, just like really quick. And I don't even know what it was saying, but the guys were talking, and I know Seg was talking at the time, and it was not his voice, because obviously we know his voice and the accent.
Yeah.
But then she was, I mean, I guess, like with her, she was like, well, maybe it's an echo or something of them talking. And I said, yeah, I don't know. And I never even said anything to anyone because I really had nothing to back it up, but it was just like right in my right ear. And I had to look for a second to see if somebody was beside me. And Joe was back there sleeping. I looked around and I'm like, yeah, it's a little weird, but it may not have been anything, honestly, but I never even told anyone. I didn't even tell Joe. I forgot.
But it could have been. You never know, right?
But we weren't recording. Well, actually, I take that back. I think you had your camera set up on the fireplace by then. Maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
You might have the camera set up, so maybe we'll get to go back and look at that, because I obviously had turned around and looked at that time. If you have the camera on.
Well, they tore down that white house that was beside the Bel Air house. Did they not tear that down?
Did they not tear that down?
Didn't they just? There was a white house beside the Bel Air house. That was all boarded up. Is it an empty lot? Like when you guys were at the Bel Air house, next door to it, was it an empty lot?
There's a house next door to it.
There's a house next door. Then there's some community properties on the other side. There's no empty lot.
Really? Because is there not a white house beside the Bel Air?
I can check real quick.
Because I know that when what's their name? His name's Mark. I can't even remember the name of his channel. He had been there, and there was a white house next door that was all boarded up next door to the Bel Air house. And they had seen like shadows in the windows and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure that it was a white house beside it that they were going to tear down. Now I can't differentiate between if it was on the left side or the right side of the Bel Air house, but I don't know, because I know there was a house beside it, and it was white, all boarded up.
Well, I know there's a brick community house, like apartments on, if you're facing the Bel Air house, that's to the right. And then there's a regular house to the left. I don't remember what color it was. Yeah. And it's not boarded up.
Now where the Bel Air house is right there. Okay. Now right beside it. Okay. From my angle on the left, there was a house. Yeah. Right. No. Right in between the Bel Air. Yeah. Right there. There was a house there right beside it, because the one that's further over, that's the apartment house, right?
Right.
Okay, that's not boarded up, is it?
No, there are people who live in those apartments.
Okay, but there was a place in between the apartments.
Okay.
And the Bel Air house. There was a white house. They're all boarded up, and it's obviously gone now.
That looks like a foundation, a little bit of the foundation.
Yeah, there was a white. I know. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had it on the wrong side.
Yeah. There was a white house there that was all boarded up. Now I knew that somebody said that they were tearing it down. It's been gone for a while then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I did not know, but
yeah, because you can see the foundation. Like I said, from on my side, it's on the left of the Bel Air house. You can see the foundation there.
Looks like there's steps right. It looks like there should be steps right there. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, that's where there was a big white house there that was all boarded up. Yeah.
There, I'll show some B-roll footage.
Sure, go for it.
Why not? It's
Go for
already
it.
up.
Now you can see me walking in the background, or Kenny.
Yeah, that's Kenny.
Because I know I walked back there too.
They take such good care of that property. It always looked like that.
It's in some rough shape. That's for
the
sure.
house is in rough shape. The property isn't.
They used to have live cams in that house when Paranormal Warehouse used to have live cams everywhere, and they had Bel Air House and quite a few other ones too.
Oh, I screwed up. I have to re-upload those. Damn it, Joe.
I will say this. I got to spend time watching Joe edit like over Christmas break, and then when I went back for these trips, and he ever since we added DaVinci, and then he's like flying through that and learning all that. This Conjuring House episode coming up, well, really all of them, but especially that one, it already looks amazing, and everyone's gonna love the way he's editing these videos. You can see just how professional it looks, and I see how hard he works on it.
Software.
Yeah. And he works so hard on it, like hours upon hours upon hours, and I see that in the background, and other people don't. And I just want to kind of commend him for all the hard work he does.
I can show a little bit of it through the editing software.
Well, I don't know if you want to show the one part that's nightmare fuel.
I'm just gonna show a little bit of the opening, and it'll kind of give an idea, but it'll also be in such a way a little misleading in such a way. So I mean, I'll share it. It's in my editing software. So all right. So here's this mess. All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Seekers of the Supernatural. I'll be your moderator tonight. My name is Tony Sparrow. We'll be talking to America's top Ghostbusters, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
See, all cases of spirit infestation are not always hauntings, though. I mean, you can have a loved one who's going to return. Maybe they'll return in an automobile to forewarn you of something, or to guide you through a situation.
They're not driving an automobile.
No, they'll
It's
hear
like
you.
the one over in Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not a haunting. A spirit has appeared, but it's not necessarily.
Okay, so because the spirit appears doesn't necessarily mean it's a haunting.
No.
What is a haunting?
A haunting is where there's infestation, Tony. Terrifying things that are very frightening. If a spirit of a loved one wanted to visit us and appear at the foot of our bed, or appear at a family gathering, wedding, or Christmas, that's not a haunting. And it doesn't even require investigating, Tony, because you don't want to get rid of somebody like that. What you want to do is try to explain to the family exactly why that spirit is there.
Okay, that's all.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah,
just like that editing software that you're using now, everything looks so crystal clear.
Yeah, it's great. I really need to get a really big freaking hard drive because it banks. Basically, it makes a proxy. It makes enough to keep it simple. It makes copies of the video file so it plays back smoother, and it really takes up a lot of hard drive space. So I'm like,
oh yeah, you would think so. If it's making copies of stuff, that's going to take up even more room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I love it, and it's a hell of a lot better than what I was using before.
So. The best Christmas.
And I just realized you might get a copyright thingy because of the music.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It won't affect your channel. You just ain't getting any revenue off of this stream.
I don't get any revenue off anything anyway. I'm not monetized.
So it won't affect your channel.
It won't affect it. No. The only thing is I've got enough subs. I've got like, what, 500 and something, not even close to 6, but I'm only short on my shorts to get monetized. But I mean, it doesn't make a difference to me. You know, it's not a big deal. But I do have a PayPal. It's out there in the description. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter to me. What is that noise?
What is this?
I don't hear anything.
It's like sounds like a fan or something. I don't know.
That could be Joe's fan. It could be my mattress cooler and heater.
Oh.
I keep it turned on, but it's not real loud.
I see you have better internet now, Dawn.
I do.
That's awesome.
It's like what I had before when I lived in town, and it just took a while to get out to the country. So.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, I can hear Joe better on calls and stuff too.
Oh, that's good. Right on. Cool. Joe looks like sleeping. He looked like
sorry. So something popped up, and I'm like, huh.
Oh, I saw that earlier. I meant to tell you about it, Joe, because I just saw what you saw. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can say this or not. I don't know about that Tony Spera though. Just my opinion.
He's biased.
Oh.
Well, Tony Spera doesn't have anything to do with that other situation. It's I see that there are a lot of people who used to work with him who are not happy with him and
for a long time now
throwing things out there about him.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Now, the Warren's grandson, he is a very nice man. Chris. Yes.
I hear wonderful things.
He is amazing. He moved to Greece, was it? Like 4 or 5 years ago. And he's been doing work over there. I'm not sure exactly what kind of work he's been doing, but he's amazing. Like, he is a really nice guy. Really nice.
Right. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of really great things about Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know him personally,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, I have heard some really good things about him.
Yeah, him and I have been friends on Facebook for quite a few years now. Quite a few. I mean, he doesn't post as much now as what he used to, but Then again, with Facebook, a lot of times you can't even see what your friends are posting.
Right.
Because of the algorithm, right? You have to go right to their page to see what they've recently done. So. Hey, Sky Talker.
But yeah.
Is Crow still alive?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No clue. Let me see.
Because I know Sky Talker was there and Faith was there. Crow just ended. Crow just stopped. Okay. I doubt if he's on Facebook because
he's not live anymore.
Okay. Because could have grabbed him and brought him over here too.
No, he's not live anymore.
Do you know how to get a hold of him? We could always bring him up on live if you wanted to.
Who, Crow?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to want to go live.
Yeah, I don't think he was really planning that one out. He was just going to share some songs, and then he happened to ask Kenny, and Kenny said yes. So then it ended up being longer.
A 2-hour stream, yeah.
But that was good. I mean, those ones that you don't expect things to happen are the best ones. And anytime that Kenny can join the community and the way he does, and really is
absolutely. Good. Yeah. I remember back in the day seeing Kenny on quite a few people's live streams. Quite a few.
Let's see here real quick.
Sky Talker said that his voice.
Yeah, you could hear his voice was changing towards the end there.
But yeah, sorry, I was being messaged. But
they're coming over there from there to here.
Yeah, it just ended 2 minutes ago, 2-3 minutes ago, or something like that. So, but let me bounce back here, go here, pause that, and boom, there. So, but oh Lord, my knees, and they're cracking. Getting old. I'm old.
You're old. I'm older than both of you. What are you talking about?
Hey, 50 is nifty. That's all I can say.
I would like to go back to 50. If I could go back 8 years, I certainly would, because I just turned 58 on the 7th of March. And I feel like I'm 87 half the time. I really do. I really do. You're older than Earth?
But let's see.
Yeah, this is just one of my typical live streams, pretty much laid back. You get like 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds of silence every once in a while.
Right. Well, also, too,
it's typical. People are used to it. And you guys are tired, too. So
yeah, let's see. I don't know. If anybody has any questions, ask them.
Yeah, throw some questions out at these peoples. Got to keep them awake for a bit.
Yeah, and I'm holding my phone. I don't have a stand right now, and my arms getting tired.
I got, believe it or not, I bought this at the dollar store about a year ago. It's got the clip on the bottom.
I thought you were going to say it's got the clap. I don't know why.
Okay, well, it's got the clap on the bottom.
Because you have the humor of a 12-year-old boy.
It's not my fault.
Exactly, right? And it actually, it extends.
Shut
up, Joe. And it's got this on the top of it to put your phone in. But yeah, I was actually using it for. Shut up.
I see Katie. Hi, Katie.
Who's Katie?
The dog. Katie.
Oh.
What you doing, girl?
You know, even if Harley was visible, you couldn't see him because he's laying on my my black comforter, and he's passed right out. He doesn't like cameras anyway. Hey, Tanya. Uh-oh. What happened?
No, I don't know what happened.
Joe must have offended Dawn. That's why she left. And
no,
said, I'll come back and give him another chance.
I don't know what happened either.
But yeah, like I was using this for my ring light where I used to live for my live streams, and only a couple of bucks.
I have one somewhere, but I have a lot of stuff in storage right now. So.
Oh, okay. How are you liking your Scentsy stuff?
Well, I used to sell it, so I mean it's nothing new to me. I just needed some extra stuff. Like my stuff was in storage, so like I have some Scentsy in storage, and I needed something where I didn't have, like where I broke my arm, I can't go into my storage unit and get my stuff out. So I ordered that, and I've been gone a lot, so I've not really been able to use a whole lot. But I've always enjoyed the company. So
yeah, me too. I've actually been with them for 8 years.
Yeah, I've been using it probably even longer, probably 15 years.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the stuff is
Tanya, 46.
It's very expensive here in Canada now.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Like, I mean, the shipping has gone from what was it? The shipping was $9. It's gone up to $14 now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember when they weren't in Canada, so I've been there for a while.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, my first introduction was my ex-husband bought me like kind of a Mother's Day bundle, the baked apple pie, and I loved it. That was like in 2011 or so, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of my favorite scents is the baked apple pie.
Yeah. I think they still have that, or they're bringing it back.
Yeah, it should be a staple.
Yeah, my favorite has always been Luna.
Yeah, that's an old one.
And blueberry cheesecake. Oh my God.
There's something Joe can't talk about. And I left one of my Scentsy sprays at his place, and he's like, "You left your spray?" I was like, "No, you need it." I've got plenty of spray. I've got plenty of those at home.
Yeah, well, they
like blueberry cheesecake.
Yeah,
they used that at the Bill Air House.
The spray.
Well,
they're not oil. They're water based now.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not oil based anymore.
I need to get some new ones because the oil really builds up that residue when you spray
it. It does, yeah.
It needs to be sprayed in the toilet water, not around the goddamn toilet. Because I don't use it because it makes the floor
sticky and
yeah.
You have the older one?
Yeah, I have the older stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to get some new stuff.
Well, my website is unfortunately it's down right now. I was waiting for a new bank card to be sent to me in the mail, and unfortunately, it got sent to my previous address because when they mail out your bank cards, they mail them out within 3 months of your card expiring. Well, they didn't send it to my address here. It got sent elsewhere, and I need photo ID to get a new bank card. So my website is down temporarily. So please don't go through anybody else.
Oh, no. I mean, I could have signed up here, but I don't want to be selling anything. So,
Yeah.
but I will need to get some spray and some other stuff eventually in the next few months. We're gearing up for like one more big one possibly, and after that, I'm ready to save money and just slow down for a little bit.
Well, we still have.
Well, that's a possibility for the summer.
Right.
Tarnia. It's Tarnia.
But
well,
yeah,
I mean, in May is that was what I was talking about.
yeah, it's did a lot of traveling in like a week and a half, something like that. A week and a half, 2 weeks, like that. Let me think.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
No, 2 weeks. Yeah.
But like full days of travel would be like 7 days, and like I said, it's like 45 hours in several days.
That's insane. That's insane. I don't know how you guys did it, but you did it.
Well, Joe got to sleep.
No,
nobody. I listened to Side-Eye Guy. Huh?
Oh, no. Candy's like, are we boring you, Joe? No, I'm out of it, and I'm doing like I have a bunch of other things going on at the same time, trying to get things done, trying to get the dog wants outside.
Uh-oh. That's why she was in there.
That's why she was in there.
Well, you better let her out.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
She's a pain in the ass. Every time she realizes that I'm going to go outside, she automatically wants to go outside. I could literally bring her right back in, and then 2 minutes later, act like I'm going outside, and she'll want to go outside because she thinks she's going to get a dog bone.
They are. They're just like kids. Like Harley. Oh my God. Like, we'll be outside and a big dog will come along and it's like a little demon dog, right? It's funny.
We had a weenie dog. She'd act like a badass around big dogs, and then she'd run up to the big dogs, and the big dogs that she'd run up to, they're like, okay, whatever. They're not even bothered by her. But the weenie dog, she'd get close to them, and then she'd roll over on her side and start yelping like she's being completely eviscerated. And we're like, you run out there like a badass, and you pull this shit. Like, what the hell? Oh,
Harley did that once with a Bouvier. I was taking him for a walk at the school right behind us here, and went right up to the dog and was like right underneath the dog's throat, and just kind of looked up at the dog, looked at me, and kind of backed up real slow, and we were all laughing. It was hilarious. But he's got a real hate on for my neighbor Nick. He's got a Roddy named Zeus, and Harley will go nuts, and Zeus just kind of looks at him a couple of times. Zeus kind of lunged forward at him like rawr, and Harley was just like, oh shit.
It's funny because like our weenie dog, apparently she didn't understand size and distance. because big dogs, they do look smaller from a distance. So she probably like, oh, this is just a small dog. I'm gonna act like a badass, and then oh fuck, it's a cow, or not a cow, it's a horse. Holy shit! God, that dog was stupid smart. She would act stupid, but when she really wanted something, she would figure it out. I had this little remote controlled helicopter. She freaking hated it. She wanted to chew it up. I had it sat up on my computer desk. This damn dog figured out that if she turned the computer desk or the computer chair a certain way, she could hop up on the couch, get on the chair, the computer chair, and then get on the desk and get the helicopter. And that's exactly what she did.
That's crazy.
But other than that, she'd act like a total dumbass.
Are you gonna go let your dog out, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm trying to get in the groove here, guys. I really am.
It's all good.
Usually this is when everybody asks me the personal questions about Joe. Like now that he's out of the room.
When he's not there. All right, now's your chance, chat. Go for it.
I don't spill the beans.
It's small.
I knew he was listening. Okay, it's time to party.
Yeah. Trying to find a good picture of Harley.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. You guys probably can't see that too good.
Yeah, I have a hard time seeing on my phone screen. Yeah, I still can't see. Oh, okay. I see on my laptop screen. I have a laptop going for chat.
Yeah, it's like he knows when I'm live, and I'll go and grab him, and I'll bring him up in front. And as soon as he sees the screen, he automatically goes, or
yeah.
It's like, no, you're not gonna do this to me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He's doing the flop fish all over the bed. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Crazy. He's a pretty good dog, though. Like, I mean, I got him when I lived in the country. So, I mean, he was used to living in the country, right? And, you know, he got used to certain dogs. And when I moved into this one place, they had 2 big dogs. And at first it was good. And, you know, the odd time they'd have a scrap and I'd have to run down from, you know, upstairs in the house. And, you know, he's just rah, rah, rah against these big dogs. And they're just kind of looking at him like, really? Are you done yet?
I love dogs.
It took a bit, you know, when I moved down to the city, you know, moving to help out my mom. I take him for walks, you know, and every dog he'd see, didn't matter what size, he'd just have a total shit fit, right? Like, what are you doing here? That's funny.
And so the questions come in. Of course, it's Tarnia, and yes, Tarnia, you'd be very jealous. Just be jealous.
Oh wow.
I mean, I said yes, so I mean, I'm not going for any kind of loser ass. So no.
Okay, what am I missing here? Okay, I guess I'm not missing here. What, you got bags? What?
No. I don't know.
Do I really want to know what they're talking about? I don't know. Well, we all know that when Tarnia gets in the chat, it's a free-for-all. Totally a free-for-all. So you guys are going somewhere in May, you were saying? Or no?
Yeah, May will be, well, it's highly likely Haunted Hill House in Texas.
Oh, nice.
But my friend Kitty Corvette, where I talk about her perfume rolls and all that stuff, and where I got my tattoo of her emblem. That's my I can't move my hair to the right side. That's like in tribute to her. She's one of my good friends, and I wear her royals all the time. She's going to be at Texas Frightmare the same weekend, so I'm going to go see her and hang out with her for a little bit at Texas Frightmare, and then we're talking about 1 or 2 days at the Hill House.
Cool.
Because lately we've been only going for 1 day at locations, and you really, sometimes it's hard to do just 1 day and expect anything. Because you really can't expect anything. But 2 days sometimes can make a difference or more. And we've done that at Monroe House. So that's why I brought it up to Joe today that maybe we should, if we're going to make a trip like that for 15-hour drive. Then
you want to make it worth your while, right? Like not just like a 1-day trip.
That or another place, but I'd rather stick to the same place. That one's on my bucket list anyway. So
cool. Yeah, I want to go to Hinsdale House. I'm a lot closer to it now than what I was.
Yeah, we're wanting to go there. Weeping Willow wants to go back there. So we're going to try to get up there sometime. That may be next year, though. I don't know about this year.
Yeah, Cassie and I have been trying to get together to investigate for, oh my God, a couple of years now. And then I ended up moving. So, like, I'm closer to them, right? I'm only, maybe couple-hour drive away from where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Candy, actually the trip to get to Seg and then to get to Rhode Island was supposed to be 12 to 13 hours, but with all that rain it took 15 because there were a lot of accidents and a lot of I had to drive a lot slower. It took 15 on the way up and on the way back. so it's nothing new. Yeah, to get 15 hours out of the way.
Jeez.
And I just got new tires, so I'm thankful for that.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Oh, we wouldn't have made it on my other tires. We wouldn't have even got out of Tennessee. I'm so glad I changed them out before we left.
Yeah, that's a long drive for sure. Yeah. Come on, Joe, hurry up. I have to.
Well, it's Katie. She takes a while.
Okay.
Hey, you guys can both hold down the fort because now it's my turn.
Oh, okay. Now we get to hold the floor.
Well, see, now all the questions about Joe's butt and privates have come through. So.
Oh, awesome. It ain't no big deal.
It's all Tarnia, though. So.
Oh.
And she says you're a big deal. I think that's why she says you're a big deal.
All right, Dawn. What have you learned about the Conjuring House when we went?
I learned it's a great place to get engaged. No, really, seriously. I mean, I brought this up to you today. It's nothing like the movies. I watched the movies. That was the whole thing of the house. To me, it was like the movies made it seem like this deep, dark history. And when you find out certain things aren't true, like with the stuff that's in the movie, and then you get the reality of it, then you go there and it's like, well, this is like my grandma's house, and it makes a lot of noises, and I don't know, like my opinion would be I don't need to go back.
We lost her.
Dropped. Yep.
Okay, here I
Girl,
go
you're
again.
dropping it like it's hot there.
Don't know why it's doing that, but I don't have to go back, but it was it definitely worth marking it off the list.
When you watch videos of people going to the Conjuring house, one of the things that is not talked about is how loud the house actually is. You just make a slight movement and the floors they make noise, loud noises. When the heater kicks on, that's really loud, and that it would run for a really long time, shut down for a very short time, like anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute, and then it starts winding. Yeah, and it is that also creates a lot of other noises because the house is now cooling down really quickly because there's no insulation, and I'd hate to have that heat bill.
Oh, I know, eh? Jesus.
Yeah. Sounded like a damn Canadian again, Arden.
Can't help it, eh? Just what it is.
I'm just teasing you. So yeah, the house cools and heats. The house cools down a lot quicker than it does the heat back up. So we're hearing the house expand a little bit and contract and all these little noises. At one point, my son, he was doing the Estes method, and I heard a man's voice. I'm like, you guys hear that? I thought I heard like a guy talking. Well, that gets debunked. But the house, not that it's set up this way on purpose, but the way that it can be presented online, oh, here's this sound. Was that you? Knowing or should know good and goddamn well that it's probably the heater.
Yeah. They have wood stoves in there. Oh, my voice just went weird.
Wow,
do they have wood
through
stoves?
puberty? Holy crap.
What?
Did you just go through puberty? Holy crap.
Oh, fuck, I hope not. We're late for that now. Oh. Do they have any wood stoves in that house anywhere?
No.
Really? Wow.
But I'll have quite a bit of quite a bit of information on the house and like how loud it is and things like that. I definitely want to show that it's important. I'm definitely going to talk about because I did do some more research and stuff like that. So there are things in there that we were told during the tour that I did look into. But anything that's found or not found doesn't take away from the Conjuring house. And quite honestly, and I've said this is nothing new that I've said. It's not the house, it's the land. Even some of the neighbors have had experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wish that they would let us, get outside a lot more. You couldn't go outside. Like you used to.
When Corey and John owned it, like people had like full run of the property.
Yeah, I mean they do those camping events. I guess that would be the time to go. Is like you can put a tent out there on the lawn.
Yeah, you can't even use drone. You can't even use the drone there now.
Yeah, no, nope. But it still was a good experience, and the people we were with was making it all worthwhile.
Yeah, see, that's the main thing. When you're with solid people, it makes it worth it all, right?
Definitely.
Oh, I had to take a drink.
Now, without getting into too much about the way it is now, do you find that there's any difference between the way they're running it now compared to when Corey and Jen owned it? And no, I'm not going to bring up anything because you guys know what I'm referring to, the write-up, right? Not referring to that. I'm just wondering if, excuse me, did you get a sense of any difference between the two as far as the house itself or like anything? That sense. I'm tired.
So as far as like the feel of the house, no. What is very different is that when Jen and Corey owned it, we basically had free roam of everything with the exception of their room, their little room, their little space, which is fine. They don't interfere, with what we're doing unless we do something stupid. They're like, oh, hell no, because they're watching. And, no matter, like, I don't give a shit who says, oh, we're inside this house all by ourselves. Absolutely nobody is. There's always somebody at that house in a certain area. We were able to go outside and investigate if we wanted to. And that was something that I really wanted to do, but we couldn't. Being able to fly.
I don't understand that.
Right.
I really don't.
I guess bears or something. I don't know. All I know is you sign waivers. Like when you sign waivers, you're basically saying, hey, if I fall and hurt myself and it's my fault, I can't sue you if I get attacked by a bear or a raging deer or something like that, whatever. That's on me, not you guys. So it sucked.
But you had to sign waivers when Corey and Jen owned
it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you were allowed to roam the grounds. I just don't understand why it is the way it is now. I just don't get it.
I don't know. Maybe it's to protect themselves from being sued or something. I honestly, I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with anyone trying to hide anything. But
it's just very different. Very different.
Yeah, I mean the way that it is run is different.
I think when Corey and Jen owned it, even though I hadn't been there at that time, it was more of a home. And you're invited into a home. Now it feels like a tourist trap where you've got a gift shop. It's a money thing, get teams in, get them out, cameras everywhere. You're pretty much monitored.
I mean, we were
monitored. A lot of people thought that though. Anyway, once Corey and Jen sold that house, a lot of people were saying it's never going to be the same. It's going to be like a totally different. And it is.
I mean, they had when Corey and Jen were there. Yeah, there were cameras all over the place. Of course, they're going to want to watch, that place. I mean, I would too. Like, I don't want somebody coming in there and tearing my shit up.
Yeah. I hear you.
Especially a place like that. I mean, if you take away the paranormal factor, it's an old house.
It's over like 200 years old.
Yeah, and it's beautiful in the way that it's old. The surrounding the property that it's on, absolutely beautiful. I mean, you could sit out on the back porch and you could probably freaking deer and bears or whatever.
That would be amazing to see.
They got a stream that goes through there. It's absolutely beautiful. But it does seem like it's more so run as a business
a tourist attraction
than what it was. And that's not to say I don't mean that in a negative way towards the owner.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of, that's just kind of how it feels.
Well, things do change, unfortunately.
And I made friends with especially Corey.
Corey was amazing. They both were.
When we went back, I probably talked to Corey for over an hour on just guitar shit because, like, I had no idea that he, played guitar. And I come walk in, I see this guitar, and then I see he's got the Dream amp that I want. I'm like, oh my god, a Mesa Book. I'm like, that probably cost a lot of money. And we just, started talking. Corey and Jen, they were awesome.
Very down to earth people.
Yeah. And
Hey,
I have not met the new owner. I have not spoken to her. When it came to like corresponding, it was through email, and it was through I think her name was Emily. It went through her and not it was Jackie or Jacqueline.
I think so. I think that's her name.
Mm-hmm. And it was definitely, I mean, it was different in that way. But they did, I believe it was them. They did clean up the basement quite a bit, because when we were there, the basement was a little dirtier than what it is now. But yeah, I mean, it was different, but I mean, it is what it is. You want to talk about price? I'm not going to like go into full blown details on that. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot more expensive. When Corey and Jen had it, it was $125 a person, which is still,
that's all it was.
Which is still a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah, which is still a lot of money. Now, we went as content creators, so
you said 125 a person.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, a person. Which, I mean that's a lot of money, but
well, not compared to what it is now. What is it now?
Is
it like more
it depends,
or is it by group?
No. It is a set price for. All right. So, for example, if you're just going there just to investigate, you're not a content creator, you're not filming anything. It's under $1,000. If you're a content creator,
that's not per person.
No. If you're a content creator, then it's going to cost you more than $1,000. And here's the thing.
And how many people does the $1,000 cover if you're a content creator?
8 people. More than... Hold on. I don't want to get into too much detail. Just
I know. I know. I get it. I'm sorry.
It covers up to 8 people. However, they allowed 2 content creators per night there. They also charge money for the second content creator. So that one payment does not cover, or it only covers one content creator. They made over $2,000 on us. Yeah. And on top of that, we got the Airbnb, the gas, the food, things like that. Right. And
the engagement ring.
Well, we can't really. That was bought quite some time ago.
I'm just joking.
But
best part of the night.
Right. But I hate it when places do that. And a lot of this does have a lot of it does have to do with like a lot of the bigger YouTube channels who are making fucking money, like big money. They apparently think that all of us make really good money. When
See,
in
that's
all
what I
honesty,
find not fair. I'm sorry to
right.
cut you off. I do not find that fair at all. If you're a big content creator and you've got like trillions of subs, okay, maybe. But I mean, if you're not, like you're kind of in the middle, don't jack it up to no. That's
Right.
Sorry, I'm gonna shut up right now before I get mad. That's crazy.
I don't like it when they do that shit because not all content creators are equal. Not all content creators make bank. We just don't.
Yeah, I know.
And I am not complaining. I really don't make a hell of a lot of money on my channel. I think I make maybe a little over $1 a year on ad revenue. And the rest of it, comes from memberships and super chats and even PayPal. And that's great because that does help. And I'm not complaining. But
you never do, Joe. That's what everybody likes about you.
Point being is that Weeping Willow, Paranormal, and I were not going to even break even going there and putting that content out. And again, we're not complaining. The reality is that some of these owners of these locations, they need to pull their heads out of their asses and realize that YouTube does, for the majority of us, for 99% of us doing the paranormal, we don't make a good income. A lot of people on YouTube, they're working, doing YouTube videos. There are some people who are trying so hard to make a living on YouTube that they're not even working. They're scrounging and doing everything that they can to go out there, make content. There are content creators out there who are like, I'm going to this location. Awesome. I'll have content. But I don't get to eat because I don't have the money. I just spent all this money, going to this location. Hopefully it'll pay off. Hopefully it'll pay off.
Yeah.
And the way that I do things, I want to make sure that I am not in any way, shape, or form relying on YouTube. If I want to go somewhere, if Dawn and I want to go somewhere, we want to make sure that we are able to cover those expenses. And any donations or memberships or anything like that, that come through,
that helps.
That does help. But I will not rely on, and it is not those who watch and donate and things like that. It is not their responsibility to get us wherever we want to go. It's not their responsibility for us to, pay to book these locations. That responsibility is on us.
People like to help out. People like to contribute, so you can enjoy the places that you go. And
believe me, it has helped. It really has. And hey, my channel probably won't get to that point where it'll just make a lot of money and everything will just pay for itself. That's probably not going to happen. And I'm okay with that.
Did you see Beardo was almost in tears the other day?
Yeah, I know. And I made a joke. I made a joke because I had seen people make these big donations and stuff.
That was insane.
Right. And that's great. That is awesome that they did that. Yeah. But I made a joke. I'm like, hey, and I named some of the people who gave those donations. I'll be going live later when I was completely joking.
Oh, I know. I saw that. Yeah.
Hint kind of thing. And then a couple people thought I was seriously going to go live. And I was like, I was only kidding. But I probably should go live because some people just took it seriously. And I did. And I'm
like
glad
he was almost in tears at one point. He had to take a drink of his drink.
Yeah.
Right. And he's sitting there going like this. I was almost in tears too. I was like, holy Jesus, man. You know.
He's a great dude. He really is.
He's awesome. Him and Purple. I love them both. They're great.
Yeah. Oh God, Purple exhausts me.
Yeah, Rob, he's hilarious.
But hopefully we'll be able to get them out here.
That would be nice. Yeah.
I would love to. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I know the locations that I would like to take them to. They're with reason, purpose. But I also want to keep them in the dark.
Yeah, like you did with Seg.
No. He knew where we were going.
Oh, I thought there was one place that you weren't going to tell them where you were.
No, that is reserved for Beardo and if Purple is able to come out. Yeah, there are some locations that I don't want to tell them. I don't want them to know where they're going. I want it to be a surprise. And as far as they know,
better that way. That way they can't they can see who's been there and they have their own experience.
I would love to take them to Waverly Hills, but Waverly Hills is always booked. And for that kind of money, I could take them to different locations cheaper.
Did the owner of Waverly, did she ever get that mess that she was in sorted out?
Oh, yeah. It got sorted out all right.
But she's okay now, right?
Everything. Oh, yeah. They're back. They're back.
Okay, because, I was following it as it was going on. And then I kind of, not lost interest, but other things were going on. So I didn't know if she actually got it all sorted out because I knew she was at a point where she was going to lose that place. At one point,
she wasn't necessarily going to lose it because the historical or whoever the hell those people were.
Had the issue with was the Historical Society,
right? Which, it's actually Tina's husband who owns Waverly Hills. They can't take it from them.
Okay.
But they can take it over.
See, that's what the problem was. They were trying to take it over from them.
Right.
Yeah. I'm glad they got it sorted out.
That's right. Good. And that was getting pretty nasty too. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting pretty nasty, pretty personal. So
well, unfortunately with the paranormal, things do end up getting personal, It's like the ufology field, it's to the point where it's worse than the paranormal field. It's really bad.
Well,
people are getting death threats and
every community. It doesn't matter the community. It could be the makeup community, the freaking arm wrestling community, weightlifting community. There's always some kind of drama going on.
Yeah. It would be nice if everybody could just get along, but that's never going to happen.
No.
Never. That's like saying disclosure is going to happen tomorrow.
Okay. It's just, it's a tribal thing.
Yep. Everybody's got their groups that they hang out with, and the thing that gets me and really pisses me off a lot of the times is, if somebody they've heard of a channel, any channel, right? And they've never watched it. And then you'll get, a bunch of people saying, oh, don't watch them, they're fake, or don't watch this. They don't let these people make their own decisions. And they tend to pick and prey on the ones that they think are gullible enough to believe them without having their own opportunity to watch these channels for themselves and make their own decisions. That's happening still, and I think it always will.
Right.
Yep.
Let's see.
I don't even know what they're talking about in the chat. Something about a paranormal circus or something.
Chat's in their own little world.
Yeah. I hope it ain't no Willy Wonka scam. That was bad. Yeah, I really have no idea what they're talking about.
I have. Well, chat will do their thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's what can be funny about chat.
Oh, I know.
Like, yeah, we
They're talking with people, and you look over, and I was like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Don and I will be investigating, and we really don't pay attention to the chat. And I walk over, and I'm like, "What the hell?"
And 9 times out of 10, it's Tarnia that starts it all.
Or Crow, or Frank.
Or Crow. Or, yeah, Frank, yes. Yeah, where is Frank?
I don't know where Frank's been.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny. For the longest time, I blocked him from my channel, and it was accidental. Unblock him. I never heard the end of it for over a year. Every time he came into my chat.
Well, don't block Frank.
It was an accident.
Even on accident, you don't block Frank. Jesus.
I know. I know. I was about ready to message Matt and say, what, the people that don't like aren't members can't watch your stuff. 2 days in a row he had members only live, and I'm like,
yeah, those member only lives are about the documentary. He's editing the documentary.
Editing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let it slide this time.
That's behind the paywall.
Yeah.
Yep, if you want to accuse us of faking, you have to pay for it, only to find out that we weren't faking. At some point, though, it will come out of a paywall. That we will do. But we do it to show that, hey, there's no bullshit going on here. Although people still accuse of us of shit anyways. So there was one scene where
the amount of times that I have defended you and Matt over the years is unreal. Unfreaking real. And then people would tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about. I'd be like, how long have you been watching these two? Oh, for a couple of months. And I'm like, you know nothing. I've been watching Joe and Matt for like 10 years.
So it's funny because in the documentary, there's a radio that falls over, and people look.
What are you talking about? The one you're doing now?
No. The Harrisville haunting.
Okay.
We had shown it wasn't our footage; it was somebody else's footage, and the radio falls back, right? Which probably
on the Ottoman. On the Ottoman?
Yeah, and it probably wasn't paranormal, anyways. But it wasn't our footage. But people are like, I see fishing line on that. And it's like, yeah, it's stupid or something. It's a radio. That's an antenna, dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole bunch of those comments like, oh my God. Yeah, speaking of which, I gotta at some point here soon, Matt's gonna be sending me a link because I have something that I have to correct using DaVinci for Matt. And I'm like, I meant to go look because I cannot remember how to do it. I got to go look it up and find out how to fix something for the documentary we're seeing.
Yeah, you haven't been here for quite a while. YouTube is still really shitty with notifications. It really is. It's horrible.
Here I am doing a little bit of editing, and Matt gets all the credit for the editing. What the fuck?
Say that again, Paul?
I said, here I am doing a little bit of editing for the documentary, but Matt gets all the credit for editing. What the fuck?
Tell me, I owes you $100.
Oh, he owes more than that. I know I'm not going to stay on here much longer, and unfortunately, I have to pull Joe too because he has to say goodnight to me and stuff. So you lose both of us at the same time. But I don't have too much more
for a while. Yeah, it's been like an hour and 40 minutes. I'm glad you were both able to come on. That's cool.
Sorry, it seems so boring. I'm just like,
no, this is just
trying to like get.
No, it's all good. It's all good, Joe. You know, my streams normally turn out like this. If I don't have a scheduled guest and it's just a hangout, it's people know that. All good.
Yeah, Candy, that was funny.
What?
Matt just kept going on and on and on about how like with Justin Brown. Oh, Justin Brown, blah blah. Basically, like
2 hours later.
Yeah. So he kept going and going and going, and I just like cut in with this cue card thing.
Oh, the SpongeBob.
Yeah. 2 hours later.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Jesus Christ, Matt, could you suck their dicks any harder?
Oh, he never stopped. He always goes on about Justin. Always.
And he's like, well, I'm not sucking their dick. I'm like, bullshit. I just heard Justin get off. Or I think I said, I just heard.
You could have told Justin about that. He would have roared.
There, I said, I just heard Justin get off, or I just heard Justin come, or something like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, damn.
Wow. He really looks up to Justin, though.
Justin's a great guy.
Yeah.
I don't exactly like. I don't agree with Justin on like a lot of the things that like he believes dealing within the paranormal. Because a lot of it too has it's so weird. A lot of it too, to a certain point, has been just somewhat debunked. But also a lot of it, the thing with the paranormal is it's the same old shit over and over again. It's the same old theories. There's nothing new, nothing groundbreaking. It's just the same old regurgitated shit nonstop. And it's like, somebody's like, oh, I have this theory. They tell me their theory. And I'm like, where the fuck have you been the past 30 years, man? That was a thing back then. You didn't come up with that. Hear these, it's like, oh, I have this theory. It's like, yeah, that Ed and Lorraine Warren had that theory. That's the 28-day theory thing. I've heard people like, oh, I have a theory that if you stay in a place long enough, the spirits get used to, they start hearing it. It's like, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Oh, my Lord.
But I mean, everybody's got their own theories and the way they look at things.
I think people are
just like the fact that there's ones out there like you, and you don't agree with everybody's the way they do things or how they think or what they say, but you get along.
Right.
Like there's no love lost. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have a healthy debate, publicly and not, behind the backs, or, fighting and everything on a live stream. That's the way it should be.
Right. And, we definitely want Justin, to work with us. We definitely want that because, Justin does bring a lot to the table. He's a great filmmaker as well.
Oh, big time. Big time. Yeah.
For us, we want to have people, not only investigators, but people behind cameras who are talented, who knows how to, work You know,
Derek's pretty good with
like the cameras that we use for our documentaries.
Yeah, and Derek's good too, eh?
What's that?
Derek, he's pretty good behind the camera too.
Oh no, everybody from Interface Death is awesome. I enjoyed investigating and working with them. You know, but again, Justin, it drives me nuts because Justin is fucking talented, and he's not exactly getting noticed for it. So of course,
no, he's really not. He's really not. He doesn't have time to go live like he was. Like, I mean, his daughter's in baseball.
He's got yeah, exactly. I mean, he's
he was on like every Friday. You know, every Friday, and we go to Discord and hang out there and like laugh our asses off. You know, he had the Wednesday show, but now that Owen is back into the baseball,
right?
He's working. He just doesn't have time,
right? Yeah, I mean, and that's being a dad, you know, making those sacrifices. But the third documentary,
I miss seeing them.
The third documentary, we are definitely going to pull, you know, Justin into this and try to make that whole thing work.
Right.
You know, but Justin, he has stuff out there. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
He's talented. He needs recognition, and if we can help make that happen, then God damn it, you know, we'll do that.
Right on. Have you talked to him at all?
I don't talk to Justin very often. I really don't talk to a lot of people anyways. Like,
I know.
I'm kind of
anyway.
Not just that, but I'm kind of like I like to keep to myself kind of person.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
You know, ask Dawn. I drive her nuts. I hardly say a fucking word on the phone.
But that's a guy thing in general.
My son's the same way. If I call my son, we'll say, I don't know, maybe a couple of sentences and the rest is fucking silent. Well, it's good talking to you. So we just end up like just sending messages, and even the messages, hey, what's going on? Nothing. Anything new? No. Yeah, same here. That's the end of the conversation. That's the end of the conversation. Yeah, I'm one of those people.
Get a hold of him. You should get a hold of him. Talk to him.
I mean, you know, Justin, we'll end up talking to him more and things like that. Right now, we got to get this documentary done, and the third one will be, oh God, that's going to be a pain in the fucking ass. Kill me.
It took me forever just, you know, for him to have time to come on one of my live streams when I was doing the Sunday Open Forum shows. Like it took forever. Like he hasn't been on one of my lives since last year. I had Justin, Missy, and Josh on.
Yeah.
So I just need to get Derek and Jess. But I mean, people have lives, you know what I mean? But
right.
Yeah. I'd like to get Justin up on a live stream with you and now I forgot. Or even just like the two of you guys up there and Dawn, you know, so like you guys can just like hang out and talk about stuff, right? Yeah. Tanya cracks herself up.
Yeah, she's thinking I'm interrupting too much, but I'm about to fall asleep, so I gotta go here in a second. I'm so tired.
Right.
So I'm gonna probably head off here, but I've got to pull Joe so he can call me.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I normally I
we'll
only
have
go
more energy next time.
Anyway. Oh no, you guys are more than welcome to come up anytime. You know, I'm sure you know by now, like Joe was always my fill-in. If I couldn't find a guest or somebody couldn't come on, I'd message Joe, help. And he would come up and save the day. So yeah. No, you're more than welcome to come on anytime. Anytime.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you both look like you you've had enough of everything.
Sad part is I probably won't go to bed until around 5 or 6 in the morning.
He'll still be editing, but I'll be snoozing. Yeah, so I appreciate you having me on, and I'll have more energy next time.
And sorry, chat. Like I'm like trying to get into that groove of live streaming and talking, but
yeah, just worn out. But thank you again, Arden, Sam, for
Joe hardly ever calls me Sammy. He's called me Arden for the past 10, 11 years.
Well, I don't even call you by your like actual name.
Stephanie, that's my real name.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say that here, but
I don't care. It's YouTube. Who gives a shit? Yeah, Sam, I am. Okay. Well, I might as well end it then, because these people in the chat, I have no idea what the frick they're talking about. And Tarnia cracks herself up. That's all I know, and all I know is that, like, I hope it wasn't like Willy Wonka scam, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming up, and I'm glad you enjoyed all your excursions, and congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Most welcome. All right. Am I kicking you out, or are you kicking yourself out?
Yep.
I'll be kicking myself out, but
I'm throwing myself out. Apparently, you're going to keep going.
All right.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, guys. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, it's just me. Okay. What am I missing in the chat here? Do I need to catch up, or should I even bother? I'm back until I look in the mirror. There are no wrinkles. Fuck the mirror. I apply my makeup. But I've missed a lot in the chat here. All right. Well, we've gone for almost 2 hours, and it's been fun. It has been fun. So, yeah. I figured I'd have to take Harley out, but he's still sleeping, so I'm safe for now. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us in the chat. I know it's been a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks since I've gone live. Wasn't feeling good the last 2 weekends, but I'm all right tonight, and I'm going to try and have a guest for next Saturday. But if not, I'll figure something out. So have a good night, everybody. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you on the next one. Bye for now.